Hey there, everybody. 3 tips you need to do before you make your first hire or hire somebody else on your team. Hey there, everybody. My name is Melissa Rose with Coaching with Melissa and host of In the Nitty Gritty podcast. And I help brick and mortar and service-based businesses go from chaos to clarity through consistent action. And one of the big things I talk about with my clients is making that first hire. They're usually a super small solopreneur or a very small but mighty team, and they're looking to grow and expand. So the first thing we need to do when thinking about hiring is getting a grasp on our mindset. So many times we are in this mode of, oh my gosh, letting go of control, letting go of finances, and are afraid to let that go so we can have the help we need. We're too busy, we're maxed out, we're overwhelmed, we're kind of scared because maybe we don't know exactly what we want, and we don't want to let our guard down when bringing somebody inside the back office of our business to see all the crazy that we have. And that is a legit, it's scary. But I challenge you, I ask you, do you want to tolerate this for another year? And can you grow with your current situation? And a lot of times it comes down to that pain point for you. Are you in a painful enough situation where you're ready to make the decision to change? So think about that. Number 2, when you are ready to hire, I really want you to be mindful of what you need help with. And we're going to ease on in here to number 3, we're starting slow. So you want to write down and document what ideally you could get rid of. And sometimes you don't even know what you can get rid of. It's kind of fun. But start, and we're going to ease into that role. So maybe you have a list of 30 things, but we can start slow. Then back to number 2, making sure you write down what you know you need, and then you find the person to fit the role. You don't find the person and go, oh yeah, I think you could do this. No, we want the person to fit the role of the job. And how we do that is we do a really good job of interviewing them and selecting them. So I have my job description. I know what I need eventually in my business to help me. This is the role of what they're going to do. And then I'm going to make them apply and take a personality assessment. And I have them take 2. I'm a big fan of the Enneagram and then the Strengths Finders. And I make them take that so that I find another person on my team to complement me, because there's only one of me and there's plenty of me to go around. I need somebody to find my blind spots and help me there. So I want a team that works cohesively with my core values and what I need so that we can move this engine forward. So being mindful of the person that you're hiring, that they fit the job description and not making the job description fit them. And number 3, start slow. Like I said, we're going to make that list, but we're going to start super slow. A lot of times as business owners, we feel like, okay, I need to hire somebody 40 hours a week. Well, that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure to come up with enough work for them, the pay for them, and the time to train them. So ease on down the road. Ease on down the road with 2 hours a week. It's amazing what 2 hours can be. Now, this 2 hours doesn't need to be 6 months of 2 hours a week. It can start with 2 hours a week, and we're just going to tackle email and get them competent in that. Have a couple bullet points for your system, but then have them create the system better. Have them documented, whether it's a Loom video or whether it's a Google Doc, whatever you decide to document your system, so that if and when they move up in the company or if and when they leave, somebody else can take over where they left off and do that role without having to ask you, because they documented the system. Have them help you with the systems, because a lot of us, we have it all in our brain and we have not put it out into the world to make our life easier. So start there, and it may take some time, and then they start adding in. I have to share with you my personal story of my Karen, and literally her name is Karen, and she's amazing, but she started with 2 hours a week for me because I wasn't sure what I needed or how much help I needed. That 2 hours quickly became 5 hours a week, which now is like 10, sometimes 15 hours a week. She's a stay-at-home mama. She's able to do it from home, so it's very virtual for her, but she's local. And I made her take the Enneagram test, and I talked with her because we were kind of friends. We never hung out, but I knew her, and I respected her so much, and I loved her, and I didn't want to, if it didn't work, you're doing this, you're kind of figuring it out, right? She has taken my business and given me 20 hours a week back for me. And she only works about 10 hours. But just the mind has taken the stress and taken it off of my brain stress of what to think about, because she handles so much of the back end office for me. So now I can do other things. She said to me just a few weeks ago, she goes, Melissa, I'm not complaining about my job, but I just want you to, I don't know how you did this all yourself. And I just smiled and I said, Karen, it's because of you that I'm able to do all this other stuff. So just the mind space or the brain space that it takes up for the decision making that you do and the things that you're remembering and the to-do list you have and the tracking that you're doing, when you can start to let go of that and give that to a trusted, amazing team member who is in line with your values and your mission, it almost, for me, it's doubled my time, because it takes away the space of stress, brain stress, as well as the physical doing the work. So get your mindset right about hiring. Are you making sure the person fits with your values, with your core values, with your mission, and with the job description of what you want them to do? Make sure they truly fit that, and not that you're trying to make them fit that. And the third is to go super slow. Start slow and build up, and you can slowly add an hour a week, and before long, you might have somebody with 10, 15, 20 hours a week. All right, everybody. Hope that was helpful. If you want more, have had fun here, come on over to In the Nitty Gritty. It's a podcast that I have where I share tips, tools, and strategies just like this on the podcast. Hope you guys are well. Peace. Bye-bye.